So today, we have two technologically advanced heroes going head to head. MCU Iron Man taking on DCEU Blue Beetle. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, as always, we have to start off with strength. And after bonding with the alien scarab, Kaji Da, I might have missaid that, but I think that's how you say it, Jaime Reyes became the superhero known as Blue Beetle, equipped with advanced alien technology and a suit to go with it. He's casually ragdolled multiple dudes at once, stopped a punch from Carapax's robotic arm cold easily, sent Carapax flying with enough force to knock over a statue, tackled him through several walls, and slammed him through a trailer. He also easily flown through thick concrete pillars. But in the other corner, we have Tony Stark, and the armor he'll be using for this fight will be a composite version of his Mark 50 and Mark 85 armors, since they're basically the same, right? These are the suits, if you don't know, these are the armors that he wore in Infinity War and in Endgame. He was able to really stagger Cull Obsidian with a punch and block strikes from his big hammer. And he was able to fight against Thanos, knocking him back with enough force to break stone and causing him to bleed. And past armors, which are weaker than these, outside of maybe the Hogbuster armor, he was able to fight against Thor and helped War Machine knock over Giant Man with like a double uppercut maneuver. Because of this, I'd say Iron Man has the strength edge here. Now, durability. Tony withstood hits from Cull Obsidian's hammer that sent him flying several blocks and through a building just fine, and being crashed with a large piece of moon debris, all just fine. He got back up. He withstood beatings from Thanos and hits from Mjolnir, and he survived being stabbed in the gut. And in past armors, he took tank shells, did nothing to him, and he took several hits from Thor and Ultron, and was able to shake them off. He's not affected by lightning, apparently. Well, at least Thor's lightning. But Blue Beetle is unaffected by Earth's atmospheric heat and got back up after a massive fall. And he kept on fighting after a point-blank missile that sent him flying, an energy blast that sent him flying through a wall, being tackled through a stone wall, and a beating from the Carapax and the upgraded OMAC armor, while his own suit's durability was failing him. Technically, I'd say they're even here. However, Tony has better feats, which makes sense because he's fought more powerful characters and threats, like Thanos, for example. However, I do still think it's close. Speed. Blue Beetle's flight system can boost him to several Mach speeds in an instant, and he's routinely shown to create sonic booms, and he even reached space in mere seconds. He's reacted to and deflected missiles and rockets and dodged machine gun fire while running closer to Carapax, who was shooting him. He's also very agile and mobile too. But with each suit he's created, minus the Hogbuster suit, Tony has gotten faster and faster. In one of his earliest suits, he outpaced a nuclear missile, which could have been traveling anywhere between 2,000 and 15,000 miles per hour. However, it's probably on the lower end of that spectrum. His suits have one big booster. His suit has one big booster, which allowed him to reach Mach speeds too after putting them together. He waved through a bunch of giant debris that was hurled at him all at once and blasted several of Hawkeye's trick arrows out of the air too. I'd say they're close, but Blue Beetle is taking the edge in agility and mobility, but only slightly. He just seems to be a more agile fighter than Tony. So that's physicality. Let's get to the fun part. Their tech, their versatility. Tony's Mark 50 and 85 armors were unique in that they were powered by nanomachines. This means that with a thought, Tony could turn his entire arms and legs into any weapon or tool he could think of in an instant, as fast as a thought could happen. From a big blaster that sent Cull Obsidian flying, to an energy sword, big battering rams, shields capable of blocking a blast from the Power Stone, several mini rockets on his back, small missile launchers on his arms and shoulders, and wrist blades. He was only limited by his imagination. And being arguably the smartest mind the MCU has ever seen, his imagination is pretty vast. The nanomachines on his suit literally move throughout his suit and like his body basically with just a thought, and that's what allows him to form anything on his arms and legs and anything. He's also quite skilled in using his versatility and quick thinking fluidly in combat to quickly and effortlessly switch between weapons to great effect. I mean, outside of Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, and Thor, he did the best against Thanos. He definitely did the best against Thanos in Infinity War, all because of his quick thinking, his skill, and his versatility with his suit. And that's when Thanos had 4 of the Infinity Stones, too. However, Tony does have a limited number of these nanomachines and can run out if the suit is damaged. They literally get destroyed. His repulsor blasting lasers have sliced trees in half and sent Loki and Thor flying. He has scanners that can analyze someone's fighting style to accurately predict their next move. He also has Friday, an advanced AI that keeps track of the armor's power levels, Tony's injuries, make phone calls, hack into anything, scan armor and weapons and gear, and just help out strategically in general. But the scarab attached to Hami's back allows him to do a lot of the same stuff. He can create essentially any sort of weapon or tool with just a thought. Blasters that sent Carapax flying, big swords that slice through metal, energy blades, spiked balls, whips, battering rams, and energy shields. These shields have blocked missiles and easily sliced a bus in half. His tendril things on his back easily send people flying and pin people to walls. He has a heads-up display in his mask, very similar to that of Tony's, being able to scan enemies and their weapons and gear and whatnot. He can also release this powerful blast of kinetic energy, either omnidirectionally, or as a slash, or as a beam. This has sent Carapax flying through several metal towers. Hame even picked up on how to use the Scarab's power rather skillfully while in combat. And lastly, the Scarab acts a lot like how Friday does for Tony, and can basically do the same things. However, it can also heal Hame's injuries, but more importantly, it can take over Hame's body. If it does this, Blue Beetle wouldn't make any mistakes, and since it feels nothing for humanity, it never holds back. It'll go all out and use its vast power and experience to defeat the threat no matter the cost. So, who wins? Well, no matter what, the Scarab has more power than Iron Man. I mean, it destroyed a planet by flying straight through it. It didn't have to burrow anything. It went just straight through it like it was nothing. Tony can't do that. He can't replicate that kind of power. However, by the end of the movie, the Scarab had learned to trust Hame and his instincts, so it won't take control unless absolutely necessary. As for the fight, it'd be real close. This would be a fun fight of them two trading, weapons and blows to try to get the upper edge and flying around and using all their versatility and quick thinking to great effect. Neither of them have a major physical edge over the other, and both can scan and analyze each other's armor and weapons and gear and whatnot. I think they would match each other as they fight, switching between weapons, sword to sword, shield, big hammers, and whatever, you get it. Friday and the Scarab would be working overtime in this fight to help out, their respected hero, to help where they can. But in this situation, I'm pretty positive Tony's experience and intelligence should win out. Hame is just a 20-something-year-old man who's new to being a superhero and who's only stopped one big threat, which is Carapax and the upgraded OMAC armor. Not taking anything away from that, Hame won fair and square, but Tony was a superhero for 15 years and fought against gods, alien armies, alien warlords, and a worldwide genocidal robot being the biggest ones. Hame can't compete with that experience. It would likely lose after a good fight. However, if Tony had to fight Blue Beetle with the Scarab in control, it would be a different story. I'd say Blue Beetle would win in that situation. But anyways, overall, I am siding with Tony Stark beating Jaime Reyes. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you thought and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I truly do appreciate it. All my social medias will be down in the description and all the great stuff. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!